They have, you've got a school set up
Yeah, any first timers are now going over there.
Oh, really?
So we
It's full, huh?
full.
Okay. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Where in Wisconsin is it?
Hudson.
Okay, not too far.
So is it this one?
Hi.
Reinhardt.
There you go.
Minnesota.
Yes.
I know Reinhardt.
Okay.
They came all the time to my company.
Where were you at?
Ship the product for them every day.
Okay. What company were you?
Blake Greens.
Okay.
Chicken company, yeah. Every day.
All right. You're all set. So give Matt some time just to get some more people in there for you.
Okay. I'm gonna pull
Okay.
up the presentation. Will they
Go
be able
right
to
ahead.
see that?
So do you want the camera on you or on the presentation?
Probably the presentation.
Okay, so click that little guy right
I look
there.
better off camera.
That's fine. And then hit the transition.
Alright.
There you go. And then you can just click off the screen.
Oh, okay. So now they'll see the screen.
Now they see the screen. Yep.
Oh, okay.
There you
Cool.
go.
How many people offline?
14.
14.
Are we gonna be able to interact if they have questions?
If you have a cell phone on you, Bill has a cell phone there, so we might be able to do like a speaker system.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We'll just repeat the questions people here ask so that they can hear them.
If you guys need any help, let Matt or Susan know.
Okay.
You guys are in Rogers, right?
Yeah.
Do you have any other facilities or just the one?
Just in Minnesota, there's one in Marshall, Minnesota, and then there's one in La Crosse, Wisconsin. Be the closest ones to us. But we have lots of hubs that we park trucks at.
Nebraska.
Huh?
Nebraska.
Omaha.
Yes.
Yep.
Interstate.
On the eastern part of the states. Right, our country is from Minnesota to Texas to Florida to Maine. Everything in between.
And if we require to stay in the southern hemisphere, that'd be all right.
Yeah. We're local from Minnesota, our presentation, but we have, our company is rather large where there's other facets of it where you can go anywhere in the country to work. So almost everywhere, right? With all the Reyes Holdings and Coca-Cola. How you doing?
Hello.
Yeah. And then it's the next office right there. It's like,
I think if I go colder too.
this now. So I used to or rent, I had 7 notes. Uh-oh. Sorry.
You doing that too?
Yeah, I'm doing it.
It's going on the company website.
It should, really, I think. I'll take my gum out so I'm not smacking it. Hello. What time do we have here? I don't want to.
That's not a cash.
You have 10 minutes or 7 minutes.
We've got 7 minutes.
4 minutes.
All right.
4 minutes. 4
All
minutes
right.
countdown.
4 minutes. Countdowns began. How long have you guys been with the school?
Third week.
Third week? Fourth? Fifth? Sixth? All right. Have any? Seventh? Second. Second? All right. You guys didn't get shuffled over to Hudson. Good thing. Sounds like some of the newer ones are going there. You took a truck over there?
I just rode in a van over there and looked at it
Oh,
you did that
okay.
today?
How's the school over there?
last week.
Oh,
It's not even open yet, I don't think.
Oh, really?
it's mainly online, I think.
Yeah, we're gonna
You also
be.
got there.
Huh?
You also got there for training.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, for
We
driving.
have indoor where you can do ABVC and
We did.
indoor.
We did that.
So they can go over there and do all that stuff?
they,
You can, yeah, you can do like your pre-trip indoors there.
they let you do 360
I live
on
2
the
miles
highway.
from there, I don't know why I'm coming here.
So there you go. 10 o'clock to 4.
Yeah, he said that was his goal, is
6
to be
hours.
able to do pre-trip inside since it's so cold. Well, practicing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that would be nice.
Just for the environment.
Have any of you guys been to one of our presentations before? Okay. You looked familiar to me. I think maybe I've been here when you've been here.
Yes, maybe
Okay.
one, I'm not sure.
Okay. It's hard to remember everybody. We don't see it quite as long. Well, we have pizzas coming today. You know, we normally bring Tenucci's, but we had a last minute change of plans, so it should be here soon.
Where's your base out of?
We're in Rogers, Minnesota. So
Oh, that's right up the road.
yeah, yep. You take 94 up. We're right past the exit, right past Maple Grove.
How close is that to the 500 house project that's going on for Lennar?
Oh, what city is that in Rogers?
Yeah.
What's that?
A 500 house project at
It's
Lennar's.
right by the water tower.
Oh, yeah, you kind of,
It's right by the interstate too.
it's like,
Yeah. It's off, it's like right by the water tower. It's right behind the water tower.
Oh,
kind of like FedEx.
oh,
Yeah,
really?
so,
Like across the.
They still gotta build a wall on the freeway yet.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what's up.
I wasn't even aware of them. So.
Or where the ice had, the gas station was a guy who served,
There's a big truck stop there.
TA.
The TA, yeah.
yeah, he did, barbecue ribs.
Oh, no, you're thinking of, off of Dayton, Dayton
Yeah.
Market. The,
Yeah, that's 81.
Rib Shack, the Rib Shack.
Yeah,
Oh.
there you go. How close is it to there?
Really close. He comes
Oh.
and picks his stuff up from us.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, he's right there. He's like right.
It's in the Dayton Market parking lot there.
It's like
Some good stuff.
Osseo.
Yeah.
It's right down,
Yeah.
you know where we're
On
talking
81,
about?
yeah.
On 81.
Mhm. Yeah.
That'd be really
Cash only.
Yeah, you got my
Is
mouth watering thinking about it.
It's cash only.
You gotta bring ribs. One of these days.
Yeah, ribs. We just
Lots of
Bring
food.
some-
cart,
Something from
cart that thing
Rogers.
down here. We'll just hook it down the hitch and bring it down here. Come on, we're gonna
Yeah, some,
have a cookout.
We like food. You're
Yeah.
gonna realize
Famous
that
Dave's
after this
is one of our
presentation.
customers too, so we've catered some of that at times.
Well, hopefully we've got some people watching online. I think. We'll give it one more minute, see if anybody else trickles in here. And then you'll step away when the pizza gets here.
Yep.
All right.
that's his job today is get the pizza here.
No, he's going to be answering all of your questions. I'm Kim. I work in human resources with Reinhardt, and Jimmy is our transportation supervisor. So he's going to be the one you guys want answering your questions. I've just got the pretty presentation. But we can, yeah, we'll
let's
go
keep
ahead and
going.
get started. It's
Go
about
ahead.
noon here, so don't want to waste anybody's time. But yeah, it sounds like we've got a wide range of folks here, you know, from first week to 6 weeks. So thank you all for coming and kind of listening to us. We've been here a few times and we've had some pretty good success just kind of talking to people and getting to know the students here. And our goal here today is just to give you guys something to think about for after you graduate, just an opportunity for you guys to consider when you're looking at all of your employment options, because this is probably one of the smartest things you've done is come to school here to get your CDL license career-wise. This is going to open quite a few doors for you guys. So we know you've got a lot of choices out there. We're going to help you kind of understand why Reinhardt may be the right choice for you. So what do we do? Has everybody heard of Reinhardt before? Yeah, some head nods. Okay, may have seen these orange trucks out on the road. We've got quite a few of them. So we are a food service delivery company, and ironically, food pizza just got here. Food did just get delivered. Thank you.
They're all labeled for you.
Perfect.
So you can hear Jimmy just mentioned Old World Pizza is one of our customers. We've got quite a few customers like that. We've also that's what we call like our street customers, and then like Pizza Luce and things like that. Then we've got chain customers. Are they not able to see us?
Nope, they can see you.
Okay.
Just want to make sure they can hear you.
Oh, okay. Chain customers would be like our Subway, Burger King, Chipotle, Noodles and Company. And so our division services all of those people. And since this smells really good, I'm not going to make you just sit here and smell it. We're just going to go ahead and eat right away while it's nice and hot. So if you guys want to start shuffling down here, we'll just put a line through and grab a beverage, grab some pizza, and
Wouldn't do that.
You're gonna make it, man. I believe it. Oh, so you're okay. I see what you're
You guys going to Canada too?
no, not Reinhardt. We do have some sister companies that have business in Canada. We go to the airport, and they go to Canada.
You guys own a lot of companies.
Yes, we're owned by a company called Reyes Holdings, and they own quite a few companies, which we'll kind of review. Coca-Cola is one of them, so we've got Coke
You know that
products.
video that plays?
The Sights and Sounds?
Yeah.
You want me to play it? Last time it wouldn't play.
You got to stop it right away.
Oh.
If you stop it right away, that doesn't go into the next.
That's the kind of
And then now I can play it? Yeah.
Chicken man.
Oh, we're restarting.
Go get that corner one. You don't make a bigger one. The one too.
You guys can watch that on YouTube if you ever want to see more. We don't really have
I
commercials.
tried calling.
It's
but
just one of our
picked up.
company videos.
It's still ringing.
You want to call?
Yeah,
I want to call this out.
She's sparked 651. She's supposed to.
707.
I think it's just vegetables. I got one veggie, and I think the other one is special with meat on it. Is this one? See the sausage.
Oh. Cheeseburger. Can you hear me?
Looks good then.
Oh, that's not one done.
Okay, I'm hanging up my cell phone. All right, so I'm gonna put you on.
Here.
Yeah, we got him here.
All right.
All right, so I'm gonna put you on the desk right in front.
And I think we've got you on speaker, so if you guys have questions, feel free to shout them out.
Yeah, this is
Thank you for joining us virtually today.
No?
All right.
Okay, can you hear us?
Yes, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yep.
All right. Thank you for joining us. If you have questions, feel free to shout them out.
We have questions.
All right.
We've had questions.
If you have questions, feel free to shout them out.
We've got,
a delay.
got an echo delay. I can hear everything I'm saying back. I might mute you. Okay. I'm going to have to, there's an echo coming back at me, so for those of you that are in Hudson, I just kind of muted you. And then I'll put you back on speaker when we've got time for questions here. All right, so a little bit about Reinhardt Food Service. I kind of gave you a little idea of who our customers are, but we are kind of the middleman, basically. So we get our products from suppliers such as General Mills, Kemp's, farmers, things like that, and then we store it in our warehouse. Our warehouse in the Twin Cities is one of the largest Reinhardt warehouse. Is it the largest, or is Boston?
I think it is the largest.
The largest, 240,000 square feet, and it is full. It was built in '99, and at the time we were doing, from what I hear, about 50 million a year in business, and now we're just breaking that 600 threshold here. So quite a bit of growth at our division, which is why we're here today. We continue to grow. That hasn't changed from year to year. And then what we do is we store the product for our operators so that they don't have to go to a produce vendor to get their produce, and then a bakery vendor to get their bread goods, and then a different vendor for all these different things. They can just order it all from us. And then we also have non-food products like beverage items, chemical items, disposable goods, pizza boxes, really anything that the operator needs. And then we also have kind of a BevChem equipment division to us that does some like dishwashers and things like that for our operators, kitchen supplies, coffee machines, those kinds of things. So it all gets stored in our warehouse, packaged up for the customers, and then delivered directly to their kitchens. And what our drivers do is they, deliver it directly to the kitchens, the freezer, cooler, and right into their dry storage facility. So we'll talk a little bit even more about exactly what our drivers do. But yeah, so we're just really here to make our customers' lives easier and kind of optimize their operations. So the industry, the food service distribution industry is a $782 billion industry. You might have heard of some other big players in the market, US Foods, Cisco, FSA. With all of us, it's a pretty big industry to be in, a pretty good, consistent industry to be in, because people always eat. So we tend to survive any kind of ups and downs with the economy. It accounts for 14.4 million jobs. 9% of the total employment in Minnesota is people in food service. There's over 1 million locations, and then 50% of adults have worked in a restaurant or kind of a food service facility. All right, so some questions for you guys if you're considering Reinhardt. Do you like food? Obviously. Who doesn't? Do you like restaurants? We all love to go out to eat. Have you ever worked in a restaurant or food service? Kind of have that back knowledge of the operations. Do you work hard? Do you like money? It's pretty simple, right? Do you stay up all night, or are you an early riser? This one's where we might get some people. Are you good at problem solving? Do you have goals? If yes, then Reinhardt might be the choice for you. So those are kind of some of the characteristics of the workforce at Reinhardt. So we're going to talk a little bit about Reinhardt here. So we are backed by a company called Reyes Holdings. The nice thing about that is 2005 is when they purchased the company, and just really gave our family-owned business big corporate resources. So Reinhardt Food Service is based out of La Crosse, Wisconsin. We still have that Midwestern feel for our company, but we've got a lot of great resources. That's why we were able to make those fun videos that we just showed you during lunch. And do a lot of investment back into our technologies and all of our equipment. We've got 28 distribution centers throughout the U.S., and I'll kind of show you a map of where we all are. I think you guys have already thrown out some questions of where we operate here. We have over 5,300 employees, and that number keeps growing. Our division is one that, like I mentioned before, continues to grow year after year. We have over 450 employees at our division. When I started 4 years ago, we were under 400 employees. So
that's the Rogers location?
At our Rogers location, yep. Between our sales force, our drivers, warehouse, office, we're quite a huge operation. We are one of the largest. Boston rivals us in some of their sales numbers, I think, but other than that, we're kind of the cream of the crop.
They have more expensive stuff out there with their
They
seafood,
do.
but if you think about it, $7 billion company, and we do almost 600 million of it. We hold a pretty good chunk of that.
We do. We're a good one. Like I said, it's a family-owned business. DB Reinhardt started the company. And then Reyes Holdings is owned by the three Reyes brothers. A lot of involvement in all of their business operations. We hear from them quite a bit. There's a lot of exposure there. Very local focus. Our company, the one in Rogers, really caters to our local customers, and we've got the great autonomy to do that from the company. They provide us that. And very relationship focused, especially in our driver and sales roles. We're very focused on that customer service relationship piece.
What's that $30 billion figure?
Well, Reyes Holdings is a $30 billion enterprise. And I'll show you why. Well, and one more slide, I guess. But this is Reinhardt, so I promised you I'd show you where Reinhardt operates. We are the third largest, I think, now food service distributor in the U.S., and you can see we only operate in half of it. So there's a lot of potential for us to become number one for sure. This is the orange signifies our delivery area, kind of our reach of where we go. So the only other location in Minnesota is in Marshall. You can see they're a gray dot, and what that means is they're a street division. They don't handle our chain accounts like Subway, Burger King, Chipotle. We are a black dot because we do both of those. So we do our Old World Pizza customers, and then we also do our chain customers. And our location is in Rogers. We've got drivers that live out in Fargo, in Duluth, in those outlying areas, and we shuttle product from our distribution center in Rogers out to those areas where they live, and then they deliver locally to those customers out there. So that's how our reach gets so wide out there that you can see.
We actually have drivers that live in Fargo, North Dakota, and Grand Forks, so that's how we get all the way out here. In Hibbing, Bemidji, that's how we hit that in Duluth, hit the whole upper half of Minnesota.
And then you can see our orange dot here. As I mentioned, the corporate office is in La Crosse, Wisconsin. And then Reyes Holdings, the company that purchased Reinhardt in 05, they're also Midwestern. Their corporate office is in Rosemont. So very, very nicely aligned. They're also very nice and close to us. So some functions at Reinhardt, as I mentioned, we have over 450 employees, and they make up all of these roles. So our transportation department, our drivers, our trainers, we have driver leads, we have supervisors, we have admins in the office. We've got several warehouse roles, order selectors, loaders, more leads, admins, supervisors, those roles. Sales, marketing, purchasing, the team, that would be the team that buys all the product and brings it in. And then other support functions like myself, human resources, we have QA team, customer service team, those kinds of roles. That's kind of what we
It's amazing how many people
there.
get involved with delivering a box to a store.
It's crazy. Yeah.
I believe they're going to text questions to you rather than doing.
Oh, perfect. Oh, are they still on?
No.
Oh,
So
I'm
they'll.
sorry.
That's okay. Nope, it was just an echo issue. So.
Yeah, there was.
So they'll probably be texting
Okay.
questions.
Okay, I will take a look at those. They can still hear me though?
Yeah, they should be. They should be able to hear you through the microphone.
Okay, perfect. All right. So what we do is really just more than food, more than just delivering food. This is our purpose statement. We provide timely and innovative solutions that drive the success of our customers and the communities that we serve. So really our goal as a company is to help drive our customers be successful. When they're successful, our business is more successful. And really that's what we thrive off of, is seeing these guys really make it in the market. And so we've got quite a few tools to help them with that. Probably one of the biggest ones we have is called The Dish. And that's just really a publication made for restaurant owners to help them, give them tips and tricks to succeed. We've done seminars with our customers where we've helped them deal with things like unemployment and hiring and how to get people. Just any challenges that they see in the market, we try to help them with. We address trends in the market with, like, as you can see, burgers become a big trend. So then we talk about new burger recipes and things that people are doing to try to keep them new and happening so that customers will continue to frequent their restaurants. Our facility in Rogers, we just built a new customer collaboration center. We actually have a chef at our division, and his role is to work with our customers. They come into our collaboration center, and he reviews their menus. They'll break it down item by item, how much they're paying for the items, and then he'll help create new menus for them with updated items to try to get people in, redesign the menu. We'll help with menu design. And then, you know, hook them up with products that are more cost effective for them, so that it saves them some money, and then hopefully also increase their profit. So it's really a business partnership that we have with our customers.
You do that for free? I don't never.
Yeah, it is.
It all goes into
Yeah,
the
feel
cost
free to
of the
ask
case,
questions.
you know.
Yeah.
It all goes into the cost of the
That
case.
is just offered to the customers. Those added services, so if they want like extra help with their website or menu design, some of those can come with an added cost. But other than that, yeah, just helping them revamp their menus and look at things. And these publications, these are all free for our customers. But you know, obviously we're not a website company, so those kinds of things where we work with other vendors, there is some charge for that to the customers. But quite a few of these things just come all with being a customer. A little bit more about Reinhardt. So these are our SPICE values. These are the things that really drive what we do every day, all of our employees. First and foremost is safety. This is a highly physical role. Most of the roles at Reinhardt are highly physical. And so safety is our #1 priority, just making sure that you are in good shape and that you are able to enjoy your home life maybe even more so because it's almost like a free gym membership working at Reinhardt. And then winning with the best people. So we do a lot to,
Paid gym membership.
yeah, a paid gym membership. We do a lot to recruit really people with good values, good ethics, that have customer service. Just really having good people that are going to represent the company is really important to us, and that fit in with the culture. Acting with integrity. This is a huge one. Just having ethical morals. So integrity is doing what you're supposed to do even when nobody's looking. And every year our company actually does what we call an annual ethics certification. Every employee every year kind of certifies that, yes, I'm going to be acting ethically. And then we actually have them fill out a survey of, ethical situations that may have come up and ask, like, has this happened? Has it gone unaddressed? So that we know, just that everybody is taking it seriously and letting us know, having that opportunity to let us know. And then we've also got an anonymous ethics line that any of our employees can call at any time if there's some sort of unethical behavior that they want to report, or product quality concerns or anything like that. Embracing change. We are not the same company we were when we started in 1972. If we were operating the same way, I can guarantee you we would not be in business. So this is a huge part of our roles. One of the biggest changes for our drivers that's rolling out right now is our iPads, and I think they are fully rolled out now, right?
Almost. Yeah.
The
We
iPads.
just changed electronic logging device to a tablet that's fixed to the truck. So we had a handheld before. Now it's the same app, so it's really just getting used to the new equipment. So
Yeah.
the first reports back there, it's awesome.
Yeah. So the company is constantly investing in things like that, and our role is really just to embrace it and make it work for us. And then the last one is collaborating to achieve exceptional results. Teamwork makes the dream work. So really, there's no way we could get any one of our cases out the door without so many people being involved in getting the right case to the right customer in the right condition. So without collaboration, we wouldn't be here either. Our brand promise to our customers and to our employees, our values will help us achieve our shared purpose. If we live by them every day, our customers know that they can get it right from us, which is kind of our tagline. All right, so Reyes Holdings, this $30 billion company here that we were talking about, these are all the companies that Reyes Holdings owns. They continue to get bigger and bigger every year. When I started with the company, we just had Reyes Beverage Group, which is a beer distributor. Nothing in Minnesota, unfortunately. They're all pretty much south, yeah. But they continue to expand their business. They just had another acquisition they announced. That one is rapidly growing. And then Martin Brower is another sister company. They food service distributor. They service McDonald's and Chick-fil-A only. And Chick-fil-A is new. That used to be just solely McDonald's. They have a location in Fridley. So it's kind of nice to have that sister company so close. And then Reinhardt Food Service, as we mentioned, kind of getting an idea of what we do here. And then within the last 2-3 years, we've brought on some Coca-Cola distributors. So Great Lakes Coca-Cola and then Reyes Coca-Cola Bottling Company. So that's why we've got Coke products for you here today. Great Lakes Coca-Cola has several locations in Minnesota, the largest one being in Eagan. They actually produce and bottle there in Eagan, so it's a big operation. But with all of these companies combined, that's how we get so much great backing and resources for our company. Any questions yet on Reinhardt and Reyes and what we do? Grab some pizza and join us. All right, so we're going to jump into a little bit more specifically what we do, what our drivers do, so you guys kind of understand a little bit more about that. So what they do, the description here is safely transport products from our distribution center to the customers. They're unloading case products from the trailer using a 2-wheel cart or handheld pallet mover and directly into the operator's kitchens. So the warehouse is loading the product onto the truck. They're palletizing it, loading it onto the truck. And then what our drivers do, they come in the morning. The truck is already loaded. you're just doing your pre-trip inspection and then taking off to your first location. Once you get to the first location, you do your stretches, and then you start to get to work and stretching is important because it's hard work. You're lifting. Each of our trucks could have anywhere typically between 600 and 1,200 cases on it. Am I right, Jimmy?
Which equates to about 15 to 35,000 pounds
of product that you are unloading completely on your own. And so each box gets loaded onto a 2-wheel cart, taken down a ramp, and then brought right into our operators' kitchens. And so the freezer product, you are literally bringing right into their freezer. The cooler product, you're bringing it into their coolers, and then the dry into their dry. So we do anything that we can to help our customers, make it easier for them as they're kind of getting all of this product in. And then so that's the other piece of it. Our drivers have to be safe driving. They have to be physically able to do the job, and they have to have great customer service because you're interacting with our customers more so than our salespeople are a lot of the time. So you are the face of Reinhardt for our customers.
Do you have to rotate their coolers a lot, or is it kind of?
Nope, they do their own rotating. Yep, we just deliver it into the cooler, and then they typically do their own put away. They normally have an order of how they want it, and then the schools will need to label everything. So as I mentioned, our drivers are safe. They have good customer service, and they work hard. All right, so we've got a few level of drivers here. We did get one question come in. How many stops does a driver generally have in one day? This is that's a great question. Thank you for asking. So the number of stops depends on how many cases each customer wants. But I would say a typical truck would probably have between 15 and 20 cases, or I'm sorry, 15 and 20 stops on the truck. So you're driving really a short distance, and they're typically, we try to keep them all in the same general vicinity. So you're driving a short distance and then stopping and spending a lot of time unloading. So the levels of driving that we have at Reinhardt are professional drivers. So our professional drivers is somebody who comes into Reinhardt and they already have at least one full year of driving experience. And it's been recent, so they've got pretty good, solid understanding of driving itself. Our associate drivers are somebody who has their Class A license, but they don't have that full year of experience yet, and so they're maybe just not quite as comfortable driving. We're not saying they're not safe, but they're just not quite as comfortable with driving. And that's what we are looking at Interstate here. So most of you guys haven't had driving roles in the past because you are going to get your license, and that's the role we'd be putting you in. Our third level is a driver trainee, which is somebody who just has their permit and they're going to school, and then we'll kind of work with them and help train them drive while they're going through school. So if you guys are going through this program and you do get your license, you would qualify as an associate driver position. And then interstate carrier, so you have to be 21 years of age or older. All right, so what sets us apart? I'm just going to check and make sure we don't have any more questions. I told them 15 to 20 typically on a truck.
Yep.
Okay. Is there differences in pay and or responsibility for those roles? Yes. So here's where we're going to talk about pay. Financial security is a big thing for Reinhardt. So we typically pay, above market at Reinhardt because we want to have the best people possible. So in 2018, our average driver earned about $33 per hour, and that's across all of our professional drivers. And then our professional drivers for their first year earn a minimum effective hourly rate of $24.48 per hour or route pay, whichever is greater. So our drivers are component paid, our professional drivers, which means you're paid based on the number of cases on your truck, the number of miles you're driving, the number of stops you have, And then you get bonuses for having low idle time, having low damage to product, things like that. So there's several components that go into how you get paid.
That's what you figured into those hourly rates?
Correct. Yep. And so the truck, when you get that truck in the morning, its pay compensation is already determined. You have a route, so you know how many miles you have. You know how many cases are on that truck, and so that's pretty much how much you're going to make on that truck. If you do it in 8 hours or if you do it in 10 hours, you're still going to make the same amount of money on that truck. So you're kind of determining your hourly rate. Yeah.
A question about damages. Is it like if you were carrying bottles and you know you can break a bottle, but what kind of damages do you have with boxes of like flour and stuff like that?
There's all kinds of damage that happens. There is just because everything, there's so much movement to it. You know, it gets handled into us, and then our people handle it to get it loaded on the truck. There's bound to be a case that gets dinged here and there, and that's one that I watch. It's under my guidelines, and as long as you're willing to work with me and you're honest, you know, that won't affect your bonus. But it does happen. It's unfortunate because the customer and the driver, they think that that's, you know, they're the only route out there. It's why is all this stuff damaged? And it doesn't happen. It happens enough where it bothers some people, but if you can control it, you know, with your loads and you deliver it, it's just the amount of movement that we have. It's handled so many times. It's unfortunate, but it's bound to happen.
So on the driver's piece of it, you'd want to make sure you have a secure load before you take off. You might have to break down a pallet, but you want to make sure that it's resecured before you leave, so it doesn't shift around and get jumbled in transport, or that you're, you know, as you're delivering it, you're stacking it appropriately so things don't fall off your cart and break or things like that. That's how drivers can help control damage. Yeah. And then, so for our associate driver pay, for those of you, for this group, I guess, if you'd be coming straight out of school, right now we are offering a $3,000 hiring bonus that's payable throughout your first 18 months. So you'd be eligible for that as an associate driver.
It's 500 after 3 months, 1,000 after 9 months, and 1,500 after 18
months. Thank you.
Yeah. That could help offset the cost of the school if you're paying for it.
Yeah. Yep. Very true. And then you earn an effectively hourly rate of 21 per hour. So basically what we're saying is, you know, typically this would be a component pay, but we're gonna put you at 21. So kind of guaranteeing you
We're
that.
investing in you and logging the miles that you need to become an efficient driver and get that experience that you need. A lot of companies, you know, you can certainly get a job going over the road, but a lot of people want to be local, and that's what we have to offer.
Now, are these different rates you guys got here? Does that come from moving quicker? Or does you actually?
Well, for your training period, it's just a flat rate 21. That's not going to go up or down for the 90 days, the first 90 days. Your component pay, it certainly could make it more money per hour, so to speak, but there are all kinds of obstacles that, you know, can change. You know, what we plan on paper, what transfers from paper to the roadway, you know, could certainly change just from traffic, weather, other drivers, customers. So that can slow you down, but on average, that $33, it's a pretty good chunk. There's, you know, some that are above it and some that are below it. One day you might make $24 an hour, but then the next day you're going to make $30 an hour. It just kind of depends on how that load is set up.
So beyond the 90 days, it's all about how quick you move.
So our associate driver program.
Safely and quickly. I can't tell you to be safe and go quick in the same sentence, but I was a driver for 9 years, and I love the way we pay. But now when I've been in this job, I still like it because it's very lucrative for them, but I don't like it because the first thing that gets compromised is something to do with safety, and that's where we can hopefully coach you. What I'll tell you is just smooth and steady. That's all it takes. You don't have to. The amount of time that you're going to save at the end of the day, you might only make a quarter, 50 cents more an hour. Just, you know.
Very quickly. At some point, do customers start rejecting loads if you go slower, but you still have?
It's rare. It's rare, but it could happen. They have lockout times. Some customers, you might have to wait until their lunch hour. But the best thing about that is we have a downtime pay as well. You get that 24/48 if a customer tells you can't deliver. But this is the schedule that we have you on. That's what time you want up there. We're going to pay you for that lockout. Same thing with breakdown pay. If you broke down, you get a breakdown pay. backhauls, every portion. There's more components than just a case, stop, or mile. But there's like a utility pay that 24.48 when you're not associated with the route. So it's just a flat rate.
Okay, yes, sir.
I've never had anybody leave because the money was bad. I'll tell you that.
No. I was just wondering because if you say okay, if you don't go faster, you want to be efficient, but you don't say want to go faster, but still want to.
You're still going to make good money. You don't have to be fast, but the way that it's set up, a lot of drivers think that they have to go super fast to make a lot of money, but it's not necessary.
Absolutely, but if you stretch it, if you say, well, I'm gonna stretch the day out a little bit, that doesn't work on the back end because they stop accepting at a certain hour.
Well, you're going to run out of hours of service before that, so
Okay,
we want to get the route done.
They do a pretty good job of building up that route for success. They're not going to put you up that close to a lockout window.
No. But certain things happen in this industry just because of traffic and Mother Nature in this part of the country.
All right. Thank you.
So the associate driver program it was created to be a 90-day program at a minimum. So if you were just graduating and then coming in to drive with Reinhardt, you'd be hired as an associate driver for at least 90 days. What that means is that we just elongate your training period. All of our new drivers, no matter what background they're coming from, go through at least a 3 to 4 week training period where they're riding one-on-one with another driver at Reinhardt. And then our associate drivers ride one-on-one with another driver for at least 90 days. And then at the end of that 90 days, we kind of determine together, do you feel comfortable like you can do this out on your own? Does your trainer feel comfortable that you can do it out on your own? And if the answer is yes, and we think that you could do it safely, then we'll let you out on your own. And then you just do 1 per week ride-alongs after that for the remaining 90 days. But after you graduate from that one-on-one 90-day period, then you'd move into a professional driver role. So as you can see here, the professional drivers are at $24.48 per hour. So that would be kind of your floor that we set for you. If you are delivering and you're earning more than that already, we're not going to deduct your pay. You're just going to earn whatever you're getting. But if we understand, you're learning you're still learning new customers, new products and things like that. So if you're not quite efficient enough to get to that pay, we will supplement it for that first 6 months.
There's a lot of moving parts to the business, and it takes a little bit to learn. So even the guy that comes in that has a year of experience, he might not gather it all for the first month. And we're going to do 30 days, and then the next 30 days, if you're not making $24.48, then we're going to subsidize your check. So it's a nice little safety net for you because we want you to be successful. We don't want to set anybody up to fail. And a lot of people take a little bit of time to get to know it. And then with our products, we have over 8,000, 9,000 SKUs in our warehouse. So getting to know the product takes a little bit of time.
So when's like the average work day? What's the start time for the most part?
Thank you for asking. Yeah. Go.
Huh? Is it on the slide?
Here, no.
Okay. It is. We work primarily overnight, early morning stuff. There's just a handful of customers that want their deliveries overnight, where we have keys for Chipotle and Raising Cane's only want the deliveries when they're not open. So that's a true third shift route for us. Starts at 10 p.m. and goes throughout the night, done about 6, 7 o'clock. And then everything else, every half hour till 5 o'clock in the morning, another 5, 10 routes. The earlier routes that are leaving typically are the ones that go quite a distance. We have a route from Rogers that goes all the way up to Chippewa Falls, down to Iowa, up to Alexandria, and they'll come back in a day. Typically, the average start time is in between 2 to 4 a.m. That's all the stuff that's a 494, 694 loop in the suburbs around it. That is primarily, that's when most of the stuff comes out. And like I said, we try to base everything 10 to 12 hours on paper, but there's so many things that you're up against that affects it that could change it. Make it quicker by 2 hours or make it longer by 2 hours.
And we just, a related question that just came in, what is the average hours per week for a professional driver? So like Jimmy just said, try to keep it to 10 to 12 hour routes. It's also going to depend on the day and the season. The summer is our heavier volume season. So from that Mother's Day to Labor Day, our business volume increases pretty drastically. So we're going to have larger routes around those times. And then Mondays and Fridays are heavier days where we have fuller trucks. So those days could be a little longer as well.
So right now we're averaging about 50 to 55 hours a week. In the summertime, it gets up to 60 to 65 hours, but we work a 70-hour, 8-day work week as far as the DOT rules and regs go. But I think, and you can control that. Each year we do a bid, and it goes from the top guy down to the bottom guy on a work week schedule. So if you had some long hours, maybe you can pick some the next year that is not so long.
Did you have a question?
Yeah, did the drivers load the trailers in the morning?
No,
No,
no.
drivers do not load the trailers. Those get loaded by the warehouse. So when our drivers come in the morning, their truck's ready to go. They literally just come in, kind of sign in, do their pre-trip inspection, and then take it out. Any other questions so far on driving? All right. Some other benefits that set Reinhardt apart. We've got three medical plans that we offer. So we've got 2 discounted medical plans, and then we've actually got a free medical plan. We call it the default option. You can have health coverage for you and your families for free. And then we've got dental, vision. Those are pretty reasonable, like a few dollars per check. 401k, so Reinhardt matches 50% for the first 10% that you contribute. And then we have employer-paid life insurance. Reinhardt automatically buys you a life insurance policy in the amount of your annual salary. And then we have several other insurances that we offer. I didn't want to list them all and just make this slide look crazy, but like identity theft protection, auto protection, something that's similar to Aflac.
You can get your car insurance.
Yeah, car insurance. There's just a crazy amount of extra add-ons that we've got. So, and then just fun events. So especially at our division, we're really focused on, getting to know our employees and knowing them outside of work. So we offer like at least over 10 events a year that all of our employees and their families are invited to for free.
I think we do once a month.
Yeah, at least once a month we have something, and that's just our out of work events. At least probably 5 or 6 times a year we also have cookouts and things like that for our employees as well. Driver Appreciation Week, National Driver Appreciation Week is a huge thing at Reinhardt every week. Our drivers get like food every day, like handwritten thank you cards, just a bunch of loot. Swag from Reinhardt. And it's kind of sad because we'll go out and talk to other drivers and they've never even heard of National Driver Appreciation Week.
Well, we cater breakfast, we cater lunches, we have all kinds of that.
Yeah, we love food, so pretty much all of our events are centered around that. The ones we have coming up here, ice fishing and then snow tubing, we rent out Elm Creek Park Reserve, and then just invite all the employees out snow tubing. And there's, of course,
and their families, not just their employees, but the employees' families.
You don't work those days?
There's always somebody working some days, but we have so many events that there's no way you work every time we have an event. And our operations are closed. The only time that we're closed down, the warehouse isn't working at all, is from Saturday afternoon to Sunday morning. So if we have a Saturday afternoon event, we know that's a pretty safe time to get all of our employees there. The rodeo is another huge driver event that we have. I don't know if any of you guys have heard of a rodeo before, but it's a driving competition. And we do one every year at our division. And then the winner of that actually gets invited every year to go to the national IFTA rodeo, which is International Food Distribution Association. Independent, sorry. And luckily that takes place in Florida. So that driver and their family basically wins a trip to Disney every year. The company pays for the whole Disney trip, and then that driver competes in the driver competition down there.
And actually, 2 years ago, one of the Reinhardt in Marshall, a driver in Marshall, had won the whole thing. So pretty nice. Yeah, it was really neat to see. Picnics, speedway races. We just got so many things. Chanhassen Valley Fair is a customer, so I think we're going to Valley Fair this year too. Just a lot of things we do. Here's some of them. We were in the Elk River Parade this year. That's one of our, and then we've got, like I said, we've got ice fishing coming up. Andy's our driver that went to the rodeo in Florida. We try to, our company picnics, we always have some sort of competition, kickball,
bean bags. Yeah. And like I said, we always invite the families because we know family is a huge part of our employees' lives, and we want to really get to know that and have them have the opportunity to get to know Reinhardt. So, and then we do a lot with communities. So we do mostly with like food related things, obviously. So we do a lot of food donations, and then just food volunteering. So this is a picture of us at Second Harvest Heartland. We packed food for those in need. We do that twice a year. And then we have a partnership with Union Gospel, which is a local homeless shelter, and we go there and serve lunch. Yeah, I can't even say all the food donations we do. I don't even know if I'm aware of all of them. So there's quite a few. But yeah, any other questions about Reinhardt or our driving jobs? I think you guys have asked some really good ones. Yeah.
Do you have any type of jobs that are
Regional.
not just the delivery, but are like from a distribution center to your warehouses? Do you have any?
Oh, so like do we have shuttle driver positions, kind of?
Right.
A non-delivery position?
Right.
Where they're just shuttling?
I have back issues, so as far as an unloading type of job, that's not something I'm going to be looking for. But if something would be like.
We do, but typically they're at that location. So I have 12 domicile yards all throughout northern Minnesota, South Dakota, and Wisconsin. And we would want that person to live in that area that we domicile. So when our guy gets back, you hop in the truck, come in. So our truck equipment is using 24/7. There are some at that, and you just have to watch the website. Every now and then we do have local ones. But
they typically, as our drivers want to be moving out of a physical role, they tend to move into those positions. Yeah, they typically get taken internally.
Not a lot of them want to move out of town, so if you're relocatable, those ones pop up every now and then. Yeah. We had another question come up, paid holidays and PTO. I forgot to mention those on here. We do have paid holidays. We have 6 paid holidays a year. Our holidays are not guaranteed days off, but you are guaranteed holiday pay on those days. We try to do everything we can to have our drivers off on those days. I know, for example, this Thanksgiving, we preloaded the trucks on Wednesday and then left them all running out in the yard so that our all of our employees could have Thanksgiving Day off. So, and that's pretty common. Yep. But we work Memorial Day, 4th of July, and Labor Day. It's just like you get double time for that. You get the raw pay plus the holiday pay. You automatically get holiday hours added no matter if you work or not. And then as far as PTO goes, we do have a bi-weekly PTO accrual. So every paycheck you earn PTO. We just transitioned to this from an annual system. So I think it's 3.62 or 3.42 hours per 2 weeks that you earn. And then you're eligible to start using it after 90 days. Yep, it's going to help the newer associate come in because you gain more sooner. Mm-hmm. You get 2 weeks for that first year, then after your first year anniversary, then you can accumulate each paycheck the equivalency of 3 weeks or 120 hours, and then after your 5th year anniversary, it goes to 4 weeks or 160 hours, and then at 5 or 10 years, it goes to 200 hours or 5 weeks vacation. So it's a short period of time to earn a lot of vacation, especially when you start out with 2 right off the bat. Yeah. Any other questions?
So there's a hiring bonus right away.
$3,000 for the associate. Yep, and it, like Jimmy said, it's payable at 3 months, 9 months, and 18 months. Yeah. 18 months, and it's 3, 9, and it's 500 at 3, and 1,000 at 9, and then 1,500 at 18. Something seems to have turned on here, so I hope everybody in Hudson can still hear us. Air compression. All right.
At nighttime, it seems like you can get a lot done at night.
Yeah, we do an awful lot before a lot of people, like before Kim wakes up. Yeah. No, that's what we want to get in and out. We do a lot of keys. There's a lot of customers that are 24/7 as well. We really do want to get a lot. Most every customer wants their stuff before lunch. We can't get them all done before lunch, but we try our best. And then, there's some routes at the miles. It takes X amount of time to drive a mile. If you're going all the way out to Chippewa Falls, it's going to take you 3.5 to get back.
So your dispatchers, there's somebody always in your company Like, let's say you got.
We call it 24 6.5. There's just that one gap Saturday into Sunday that we're not operating at all.
Right.
But Sunday morning they come back in and we start rolling up again at about 11 on Sunday to making our dispatch for the next week. So.
Like what I'm saying is like you gotta get on the phone. You got a question.
Oh yeah, there's always somebody there when the trucks are out on the road.
Oh, is that the yeah.
Yeah. If the truck is on the road, there's somebody at our dispatch counter.
So as far as like driver days off, is it 2 days a week? It's just random, or?
It depends on your schedule. They can be random. They can be offset. It's always.
We don't have routes on Sundays.
Yeah.
So that's always a Sunday night. Our overnights come in, but that's.
So it might not be like 2 days in a row.
2 days off. We're trying our best to do that. That's what we're always trying to evolve into a company for better retention, and that's something that is on our plate to get, have a schedule that's Monday through Thursday or Friday, and Tuesday through Saturday, or 5 days where you get that 2 days off. But being that Monday is one of our busiest days, and Friday is our other busiest days, it's kind of hard to do that.
Sure.
But it's nice having that day off in the week too.
We do have a lower, Saturday is our lightest day. We have the least amount of routes. There's like 30 routes or so on Saturday.
So if you think about the work week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, there's about 80 routes, and on Wednesday, there's about 50, high 50s number of routes, and then Saturday, it's mid 30s for the number of routes that go out. So
as you gain seniority, Saturday would probably be the day you would drop, so you'd have a Saturday, Sunday off.
With all this new PTO system that we changed this year, we'll have to bring on more employees as well to cover a lot of that extra PTO. So we're hoping that's why we're having all these presentations and getting more drivers, so that we can get the days off and then get that schedule in order as well. So you can have 2 days off in a row.
How short are you guys right now?
We're holding our own right now. But I have.
I just want to be prepared.
Yeah, for the summer months, it's quite a bit different. Dairy Queen is another one of our customers, and it might be worth $20 million to us, but 18 of that comes in a 5-month stretch, so it's super busy.
Any other questions?
So you could basically be working nonstop, pretty much. If you wanted to during the months.
We have some guys that really want to boost their pay. I mean, our annual salary is, I think the last average I took was right around 70 something, 69, 70. First year guys, even as an associate, first year you're gonna make 55 to 60. And then after that, it's like everything. I always tell people 55 to 65, but it's every time I look, it's right around that 70 mark. Everybody that I look at. So, but I do have guys that are making 100 grand, and they as long as you're legal and you're being safe, we want to be 100% compliant with the DOT. So we're not going to discourage work, but we don't want to burn you out either. So we try to monitor it, but some guys they want to make some money. But you can also work less too. There's guys that are making 55 and they want to, just because they want 4 days a week.
They make money like an HR person.
No, she's.
How does a professional driver
That would be that.
pay top out? Oh.
I just kind of talk about it. If you wanted where it doesn't top out, it's always the same, other than the cost of living increases that we get or marketplace adjustments that we make. But your top pay is really, as long as you're legal, it's not limited.
We've got triple-digit drivers.
Yeah.
Drivers that are in the triple digits. So. Very good.
Any other questions from Hudson?
Sorry, we couldn't send pizza over there.
Yeah. We drive over real quick. There's still some left over.
All right. Well, thank you all for joining us virtually and in person here.
What are your driver turnover rates?
We're one of the best, actually, out of the whole division. I'll be the one to tell you, I do all the interviewing and hiring, and it's not a job for everybody. But I try to determine that in the interview and get you, some guys, I got a lot of tenure guys, but I try to hire right, and if it's If you tell me you don't want to do heavy lifting, then we'll talk about maybe see if we have something that fits in. But if you say that, then it's not the job for you. That's what, in today's day and age, unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of people that want to work very hard like we do. But that's why our companies, you work really hard, but you earn every penny of it. You're paid good, compensated well for it. So, but it is a challenge for sure.
And in that conversation, you mean like it's comparable to over the road to some extent, would you say?
No, I think we're better than over the road.
Yeah.
Yeah. Over the road, you can make some of the numbers that you might see for over the road as the owner operator without expenses taken out. And the expenses that it costs to run the truck are pretty spendy. Sometimes it's $3-4 a mile to go down the road. So.
Well, I don't think I'll be going to you guys just because of that.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you know people too.
You can certainly pass it on to some of your, if you hang out at Stockman's, it's fun to come across another
Why
truck
not have
driver.
the location in Sioux Falls too?
It's a domicile location out of Marshall.
Okay.
Yeah. We park some trucks there, and Marshall guys work out there, but this is a good corner of the lot or the country for us. And Marshall, they go all the way up to Rapid City. Did they have more questions on this? Or not?
How many open positions in the Twin Cities? So right now, as Jimmy mentioned, we're just looking to get to a more comfortable level to be able to pay out PTO and kind of ramp up for the summer. So I think we could take on another 10 drivers. Our fleet right now is over about 120 if you're including our B drivers. So we've got a pretty good size fleet, but we'll probably add another 10 heads here.
Yep, we're always graduating more. So.
Do you guys have enough bags for we're going to have some students from Wisconsin coming back? Would you happen to have one?
Yes, yeah, if there's people from Wisconsin coming back, we'll leave some bags here then. For you guys, the bags have our contact information in them, so if you guys are interested in. Otherwise, just go to rfshires.com. They sent a message they did get food ordered in. Very good. All right, well, thank you all.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for the feedback.
Yeah. That'll just stay running.
That overnight thing sounds kind of interesting because you don't have to worry about traffic, or you have to worry about and you can basically probably get everything done overnight. I mean,
yeah, if you do it overnight, for sure. Our Chipotle guys and the Raising Cane guys love it because they start at 9-10 o'clock and they're back to the yard by 5-6 o'clock.
And they've done the whole job, no problem with that.
The thing with those Chipotle and Raising Canes with the chain business is that their orders, especially Raising Canes, their orders are massive, 200-300 in order. So there's actually only 4 to 6 stops on those trucks. So that's all the stops that you have, but you have all of 11, 12, 1,300 cases, but only 5 stops. Where a regular chain truck is typically going to have 10 to 12. And our street business is going to have that 15 to 20 because their orders are typically less in volume, where the chain customers, we sell them everything, where some of our street customers might only buy dairy products or produce or something from us and get something spread out from other companies.
And you're going to work that by yourself primarily, or you'd be the only person?
Well, no, we have helpers that go out there as well for some bigger loads, like 1,100 cases, but then you have to pay for it, so your money per case goes down by 6 or 7 cents or something like that.
Is it about the same as if you had worked in the daytime with 12 routes, or is it?
You're still gonna make over $24 an hour. Excuse me.
So it'd be about the same.
Yeah, no. With help, you're gonna take some money.
Without the help.
Huh?
Without the help. So.
Without the help, no. You're gonna make it depends on the route. It all depends on how much volume you have and how many stops you do. You can make really good money on a street route with a lot of stops and a lot of volume. But you can also make really good money on a chain route with less stops and more volume, but the stuff might be a little bit heavier. Like Chipotle is really heavy, Burger King is really heavy, Subway is light, but our street routes, it kind of balances out. That one kind of holds an average of about 15 to 20,000 pounds, where some of that chain gets above 20, 25, 30,000 pounds.
Okay. Basically, if you're 10-year route, then you're running back empty.
Yeah, you're always running back empty. You might have to pick up something. We might pick up a manufacturer in the cities here, and you might run something back, but you're getting paid for that then as well.
We're getting paid to come back no matter what, right?
Yeah, the miles. It's an average. There's a lot of things that go into our pay that isn't on like your paycheck. Like paychecks is cases, stops, miles, but fuel in the truck, pre-trip inspections, all that stuff. There's not, we don't pay. There's not a base pay, but it all goes into the price of it, and it works out to be that effective hourly rate of about 24 and above. So there's very few routes that pay underneath 24. There's some that are probably close where if you get a snowstorm, you might make $20 that day. But again, the next day you might make $30, $40. Kind of depends. If it's below that, if it's a $20 route all the time, then we're going to make some changes to boost that route up. So.
Put you on a higher paying route.
Huh?
Put you on a higher paying route.
Yep.
Following deer hunting.
Yep. No, if you don't mind working hard, for sure, there is a lot of potential for earning potential.
The harder you work, the more you get paid, right?
The harder you work, the more you get paid. That's the best one.
To a certain extent,
Yeah.
I mean,
They're all two-wheel dollies, right?
Yeah.
it's almost impossible to get two trips done in a day, 2 loads.
We have a few stops at dock,
Uh-huh.
but it's very uncommon.
Very uncommon. Like, we'll go down to Mystic Lake and drop 600 cases.
Or the school route has
Or
a bunch of
schools,
docks.
yeah.
Does it ever happen where a guy lets out the route real fast or whatever, comes back and
We have a couple of guys that have done 2 routes. The Chipotle routes are pretty quick and easy, so you can do 2 routes, and they have help on it, but we don't really want to do it.
Oh yeah, you almost gotta be speeding and everything. Then.
No, you're not speeding. You're just moving. There's help on the truck, but it's a lot of weight to move. You're gonna be tired. You're gonna be sleeping well at night.
Unless you're a plumber that's used to digging undergrounds.
What's heavy? Like,
Frozen meat is the heaviest we have. It can be up to 100 pounds a box. But most of our boxes are on average about 20 pounds, I think.
Yeah, 20 to 30.
Aren't they on rollers?
You
No,
put them
use a-
on a cart.
Oh, okay. You guys throwing all that pizza away now?
Oh, I'm sure somebody here will eat that, right?
Oh, he looks like it.
Mind you, take more.
they might make it back. They might.
Aren't they going back from Wisconsin right now?
I doubt it. Are they coming back right now?
I don't think so.
Well, some people because they want bags and stuff.
How long have you been there? Right there, 5 years.
4 years.
Any other questions? Give me a call, text, email, whatever you want to do.
I don't know. Maybe is this one the chicken one? It looks like it.
Yeah, chicken. And then one that was up here was all vegetable. That one was all vegetable. That's chicken. This one's all vegetables, and this one.
Jimmy, you're in charge of hiring and firing then?
I don't like to do the firing, but I do.
You're in charge of it though, right?
Well, we work as a team, but I do all the hiring, yeah, for transportation. I have a recruiter out of Chicago that would first interact with you, and then all the in-person and onboarding stuff would come through me.
I live in New Hope.
New Hope, you're right down the road.
I know.
Just give me a call. How long are you in?
This is my 3rd year. I grew up on a dairy farm in southern Minnesota.
So then you know all about working hard.
Yeah. I was a plumber for 20 years too.
Really? You don't look that old to be have been a dairy farmer and a plumber.
I grew up on a dairy farm.
Oh, okay. I should have taken that into. What made you want to get into truck driving?
Oh, okay.
I've never been laid off for being perfect.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's nice.
I don't do shit wrong. You know, it's,
Oh.
3 months, so
you're buying a $500,000 house. How do you expect?
Yeah.
Perfect, right?
Yeah. You get a good exposure and then.
Oh no, that's good enough. God.
But it's a good field to get into as far as being stable. You know, construction stuff has its up and downs through the year.
Oh, I know.
And we got work all year round. The volume's gonna lighten up this time of year, but we are never at a shortage of work.
I'm in the union out of St. Paul, Minnesota. For the third time.
Oh, really?
I've been in and out of the union. I had my own company. So I already know that I don't want to do that anymore.
Gonna grab a copy of it. We have that meeting tomorrow that I can use that. Okay.
Had my own company already.
Yeah.
It's not
Is that your phone?
what people think.
Well, we're going? Well, it's nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Give me a call if you got some more questions or you
Yeah.
wanna apply or.
Yeah, I don't know. That all that stuff in that bag.
There's a lot of stuff, yeah, so there's some information in there, but something comes up where you don't know the answer.
Yeah, who knows? I'm debating right now between going to running the southern country, or I don't know yet. I was out in Vegas.
You wanna be in the warm weather?
Well, I've been in.
It's not a bad idea.
I worked on the city center and the Encore. Out in Vegas too, so it's like, that weather. Actually, you think their winters are better than here? It's like, it gets pretty cold at 200 feet in the air.
Yeah, I know.
So thanks for everything, guys.
Thank you.
I Kathy, this is the here speaking. I am not working yet. I'm in the school, you know. If you need me, I could bring you the proof I'm in the school. It has my, I am not sure, you know, I have road test scheduled for next week. So I have to take the road test schedule. Once I'm done and I pass my test, then I'll be able to get a job. But if you want to have pre-hire letters from companies, that's what you need. Yeah, but I don't know because Swift told me to call them once I got done with the school. So yes, U.S. Express, and they gave me at Swift and Cisco. Yes, I'm taking a road test next week on Tuesday. And, U.S. Express. I have no idea. We haven't discussed that yet. Yeah. Okay.